Hi, in this tutorial we'll learn everything about MIDI programming and virtual instruments. First, let's set up our MIDI device and configure the MIDI input settings. Click on the Live menu and select Settings or Preferences. Now click on the Link Tempo MIDI tab. All the MIDI devices connected to your computer will automatically be listed here in this area. If not, you can select the MIDI device from the drop-down menu just like this. Here in this section, you can configure input and output for your MIDI device. All of this should be enabled for the input and output settings for the device that is connected to your computer. When track switch is enabled, you can write MIDI notes from the device that is connected. When disabled, you cannot write MIDI notes on a MIDI clip or a MIDI track. Sync. When sync switch is enabled, it will synchronize all our MIDI devices to Ableton Live's settings such as tempo, signature, quantization, etc. The next switch is remote. When this switch is enabled, you can use your MIDI device as a controller to tweak any selected parameter. And this area will indicate that a signal is received or identified by your computer. The next switch is MPE. When this switch is enabled, it will receive information like slide, polypressure or aftertouch, pitch and velocity for every note that is played from MPE capable device. MPE stands for MIDI Polyphonic Expression. Ableton Live now has fifth tab, that is MIDI Polyphonic Expression tab, that is located in the clip properties over here. This tab will contain all the information related to MIDI Polyphonic Expression. If you don't have a MPE enabled device, you can draw your own pattern here to manipulate the MIDI data. Now let's start off with creating a MIDI track here in the session view. The key command is Command plus Shift plus T to create a new MIDI track. Now that we have a MIDI track right in front of us, let's add a sound or an instrument to the track that we have just created. For now, I'm going to keep it simple and I will be adding Ableton Live's built-in instrument or sound to the track that we have just created. I can type in the search here in the browser window and double click to add that instrument to this track here or drag a specific sound or instrument in this area. Now let's start recording MIDI clips from an external MIDI device. I have push to and Novation launch key connected to my computer and I will be using it for the entire session. If you have a push device connected to your computer, simply press the record button from your push device and start playing. Ableton will capture the MIDI data from your push device and create a new clip with all the information received from the push device that includes note on, note off, note number, velocity, pitch, etc. As you can see here in the clip properties, we have all of that information. Now let's see if we can change the instrument or the sound that we have on this track. There are endless possibilities with Ableton Live's built-in instruments. Simply drag and drop any instrument here to change the sound or the instrument that is loaded on the track. If you have any VST or AU plugins in your computer, it will be listed in the plugins tab located here in the browser. Double click on the VST plugin or simply drag and drop to add the plugin to your desired track. If you don't have any VST plugins, don't worry. Ableton has wide range of sounds and the built-in instruments has everything you need to finish a track. For learning purpose, I'll recommend you to download free plugins or trial version of any plugin you know from their respective websites. This will give you an idea of how it actually works. For example, I have downloaded Vital, that's a free plugin to show you the step by step process to install any plugins you download.
That concludes everything.